What's good, Tottenham Hotspur fans all over the globe? I am that Hotspurs guy. Call me Kieran. Wipe your feet at the door, you know the score. Take off your shoes, crack open the booze, hang up your coats, light up the smokes on this grey day in England. Let's get to it. It's been a few days since the beatdown, since the graping in the forest of Nottingham. Nottingham Forest 3, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Good gosh golly. And I don't even use that word like that. Good gosh golly. Oh my days. Another game of football where I said to myself, why am I watching this? And I actually answered that question by switching off after they scored the second goal. I'm not going to lie, people. I switched off the game at 2-0. I switched it off. I got better things to do, like play Red Dead Redemption 2 for the 7th time. Oh my days. So I know people have already pretty much been saying already, you know, there's been lots of arguments, there's been lots of battles all online and whatever. But Vicario and Archie Gray, good freaking gosh, man. Like, bro, let me tell you something. Both of them hold the blame, all right? Both of them hold the blame. More so Vicario, because he can see up the pitch and see that even though Archie Gray was running towards him asking for that ball, brethren, he already had somebody to the left and he already had somebody charging up behind him. Why would you make the pass even if he's asking for it? Just clear the line! Woosa. Because again, this is the same thing I've been talking about for a while now when it comes to this club, bro. Like, when we play these games, and then sometimes I watch other people, I watch other content creators and they speak about the game, and I'm just sitting there just like, dude, there's no way we were watching the same game. Like, there really is no way we were watching the same game, because some people have said like, oh, we didn't play too bad on that. Really? We didn't play too bad? Brethren, our first shot on target was after the 30th minute with Archie Gray almost making amends. That was the first shot on target, and I think that was the only shot on target. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having that these players are better than... Bro, these players are untrustworthy. Untrustworthy players, and we've seen it enough. We've seen it enough. Most of these players have played under 3 managers already. Three managers already, and they have already shown that they are untrustworthy and they are not ready to be playing consistently week in, week out because of the culture at Tottenham Hotspur. There is a culture at Tottenham Hotspur that doesn't basically, if you do bad at the club, you're just fine. Just get top 4, you're just fine. The fact that Basuma has been caught up twice in 1 year, inhaling balloons, and it doesn't look like it. I mean, yeah, sure, the club's going to probably let him go now in January, which really and truly he should have gone in the summer. But again, because it's like, Yves Basuma, he's been out of the squad because he's been turning up late, so he got disciplined by Thomas Frank. He got disciplined by Thomas Frank, and then it's like people are kind of calling for Yves Basuma to get back into the squad because of the legs. But I'm like, brethren, when Yves Basuma was in the squad, yes, he provided us legs, but he also provided us giving the ball away far too many times, which led to a goal. Far too many times. We have so many untrustworthy players at this football club in the first 11, where some people are still saying things like, no, the club, the players can do actually better. This first 11, this squad of players can possibly get top 6. Where? From Richarlison, who has over 300 games and doesn't even have 100 goals to his name. From Odegaard, who everybody was dissing last season. Who? Matthias Tell, who nobody wanted at the squad, who nobody wanted at the club. Who, as soon as we bought him in summer, we was like, oh, what a waste of... Really? That's who we think can help us get 6? Really, people? Look, man. Our defence is fine. Centre-backs, just fine. But again, when it comes to Romero, at times he's untrustworthy. Untrustworthy players at this club, bro. Far too many. And we still keep thinking that at some point they're going to push us past that level. Look, I've been saying since last season, we need a big change. We need a big change. And all everybody seems to be doing online today is just arguing about past points and past this and this and that. And I'm just like, some people will say, oh, well, Ange at this point of the season, he had this many points, I think he had a point less or a point more than what Frank's got at this moment. And apparently, look at Frank. He's lost to Wolves and he's lost to Nottingham Forest. I'm like, brethren, are we just pretending to forget what the fudge we saw last season? Are we just pretending to not remember that first 45 minutes against Everton? Are we trying to pretend we didn't see that? Are we trying to pretend that we didn't gift Ipswich and Crystal Palace their first wins of the season last season? Are we trying to forget that? Are we trying to forget that every time we played my brother's scumbag team, who we got to play 5:30 on Saturday, like we didn't get raped by them every single freaking time, people? Are we trying to pretend that we didn't lose to Leicester City, who had lost 7 games on the bounce? 7 games. There hasn't been a team that's lost to a team who's lost 7 times on the bounce since 1912, people. I have a video on my channel to tell you that. Brethren, why are we pretending that Ange was super Ange over 1 or 2 games? Look, I'm not going to stand here and pretend that Thomas Frank is not fucking up right now. He is. He's kind of fucking up with the way he's got us playing, but at the same time, it's nothing new because I've seen Tottenham play like this for a long time. There's been so many games, not just under this manager, but the last manager, the manager before, the interim before, the manager before, where we've gone an entire game with 1 shot, sometimes 0 shots on target. And it's just, this is normal for Tottenham. It's normal for Tottenham ever since we let Hurricane go. And people don't seem to fucking clock this shit. Ever since we let him go, we've just not been able to flipping really go for... Bro, you know what it is? It's like I'm watching the game against Nottingham Forest, and our transitional play, our counter-attack, our passing is just slow, bro. It's slow, bro. It's slow, bro. If anybody knows the Pokemon, it's slow, bro. Dog. And then I'm sitting there listening to some other people say things like, oh, I thought we were playing not too badly. I thought we controlled the game. Where did we control the game? We barely even put passes together. And then we got the whole Ben Davies coming on for Jed Spence, and then we're going to act like Jed Spence wasn't giving the ball away every time he was on the frigging ball. We're gonna act like Jed Spence wasn't doing that. We're gonna act like because he's a right footer who's playing on the left, he has to always slow down the play to cut in. But I'm like, brethren, if you man are professional football players, why the hell you man can't kick with both feet? It makes no sense to me why a professional football player cannot kick with both feet. Sure, you have your best foot, but to not be able to at least whip in a cross or a pass with your weaker foot should be telling you lot something. It should be telling you lot something. And then I'm hearing people talking about how, oh no, Spence is good. But last season, everybody was cussing at Spence. Everybody was saying Spence is shit. Spence ain't good enough. Udogie, brother, you know what? Again, because of social media and in a world full of smartphones, the majority of people are dumb. You know, the majority are just fucking dumb. Because again, when it comes to creating content on the internet, everybody just either wants to make a clickbait, you know, or just kind of make sure that their point is always come across, or that make sure that they're always right. And it's just like, look, at this phase of Tottenham Hotspur clubs, wherever the hell they are, none of us are right and none of us are wrong. But what we are majority right on is that the club is here where it's at right now because of the club, not because of us, the fans, not because of past managers or the previous manager. It's because of the club. We don't get to this point without the club doing this, people. So the club have come out and said, yeah, you know what, we're gonna be behind Thomas Frank, and this is a good thing that they did, whether or not they actually fully came out and said that or not. And then we also have the Mickey van der Ven talking about how it was quite a shock to brethren. Why would that be a shock? Why would that be a shock? This is the manager that got us 17th. And that's another thing some of our fans want to keep forgetting when they're dissing Thomas Frank and trying to boost up Ange Postecoglou. Brethren, we lost 22 games. 22 for Tottenham Hotspur. 22. Finished 17th. And a Europa trophy should not change any of that, people. We were shite. Every week I saw content creators making videos talking about Ange needs to go. Brethren, we can't be at this point now, 4 months in, my man needs to go, let's get in Glasner, or let's get in Iriola, and then Iriola loses 4 games and draws 5 on the trot. Oh, Iriola needs to go, he's absolutely trash. Look, we ain't even scored a goal yet, we ain't even won. This is what it's going to be like. Brethren, we need to settle ourselves. We need to settle ourselves, because again, like I said, this club is a joke. A big, fat, wobbly joke. Telling you, like just a cockerel trying to balance on a ball. Been saying it, just a cockerel trying to balance on a ball with no idea of where we're trying to head. Like we have no clue, no idea. The only thing we know is that we just need Champions League football to help with fundings. Brethren, you know what it was? There was a video that I was watching from Football Heritage, and it's like there was somebody who posted a comment about where we finished since we've moved into that new spaceship of a stadium. And we've only finished in the top 4 once. Once, people! This is what I mean. And then, so when you look at it now, from since moving into that stadium, and just look back at the signings that we've made and the players that we've let go and the players that we've tried to hold on to for far too long, Richarlison, I'm looking at you. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is what I'm talking about. Again, I've said it, these players, many of them are untrustworthy and not good enough and need to be moved, but it's so many players that need to be moved. And it's not going to happen in just a January or summer transfer window. There's so much that needs to happen at this club, people, trust me. And these players are not good enough. Richarlison cannot get us into top 4 when he's got 300 plus games and doesn't even have 100 goals. Sure, he's our top scorer, but you know who's right behind him? Our centre-back. That's who's right behind him. We've got Mohamed Kudus, who's a good player, but as I've said, he tries to do too much. You guys saw it in the Nottingham Forest game, and a lot of you have said it. Many of our forward players were trying to play to themselves or play by themselves. But again, Kudus tries to do too much sometimes when all he has to do is let that pass off there. Look, you see that space, right? Let the pass go. Doesn't want to do it. Again, Mawani, he just looks like a player where he just has to be here. He's got no choice, he's got no choice. And then you got Simmons, who, all right, cool, we thought he just started up, but you know what it is? Again, we're 16 games in, and we can't expect this guy to just blow up all of a sudden. I think we expect far too much from many of these players today who aren't like the players of old. They're not like the players of old, We will never get the types of Harry Kanes or Jermaine Defoe's or even a Pavlyuchenko to that degree. We won't get those type of players anymore, or just professional players who act and perform in such a manner. We won't get that. We don't get it. We don't. Because we don't go for plan A. We go for plan D. And plan E, that's what we do. We throw plan A out into the atmosphere to make Spurs fans believe it, and to make content creators make plenty of videos saying it's imminent. Here we go. Never happened. Doesn't happen. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm telling you, this club is a big joke, and a lot of things need to change. And yes, Frank needs to change how the fuck he's doing things. He needs to. He needs to change how we're playing. If anything, you need to stop playing Archie Gray alongside Bentancur as well. Throw Palina back in there, because again, we weren't doing too bad with the two of them. We weren't really pushing forward as much, but are we pushing forward as much right now without both of them in the middle? You see what I'm saying? So again, like, this is what I'm talking about. The likes of Archie Gray, Bergval, Like average Bentancur. Like we think these players are going to push us. Really? These untrustworthy players who aren't good enough and playing under 3 managers already? Goodness sake, man. I'm telling you, I've been holding this shit in. I've been holding it in because I've just been watching bare videos. I've been watching bare videos since the Sunday, and it's just loads of people just arguing, trying to be like, no, I'm right. No, I'm right. Brethren, the club is trash. The club is trash. So are the players. Most of them. I'm not having this, oh, the players are better than... They're not. Our defence is fine. Just about fine. You know? Do we need a new goalkeeper? Possibly, but that's not the top of my freaking list. It's not. Do you know what's at the top of my list? A whole new midfield, a whole new strike forward. That's what the fuck we need, people. We need that. That's what we need. These midfielders that we have right now aren't going to help us. The same midfielders you lot were trashing last season and the season before. Now all of a sudden they're going to... Reggie, I'm out of here. I'm done.